Okay, good day, grade 9s, and welcome to your next video. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about cultural practices. So this would have been a lot more interesting in class, but please guys, bring your equipment to class, bring everything to class that I ask you to do in the activity, and then we have a lot to discuss in class. So for now, just focus on the content so that we get that over and done with, so that we can have a little bit of a chat around cultural practices in class, because it's a very interesting thing to share with one another. Really, if you sometimes just get to know other people's cultural practices, you know where they come from, you know why they do certain things, you understand them a little bit better. So in cultural practices, so we would have started off the class with you discussing with me what type of cultures you all follow on a daily basis that somebody else might not know about. And those cultural practices can be used as a theme for a performance, and a very interesting theme for a performance, especially to educate other people around cultural practices. So the theme of the story is what the author is trying to convey. So the message that the author wants to give across. In other words, the central idea of the story. So the idea that the story revolves around. The plot is simply what happens in the story and the order of the story's events. Okay, so the plot is that beginning, middle, and end, that perfect storyline. That is the storyline, the plot. But when we think about the theme, it's what idea, what message the author is trying to convey. And the moral is the lesson that the writer wants the main character to learn from the story. So the moral is what the main character learns. The theme is what the story revolves around. And the plot is the happenings, the beginning, the middle, and the end, the storyline of the story. Okay, so when we see it like this, we see the plot as a very small part of the iceberg, but that is something that you see, okay? It's what happens in the story. Then you have the story, this is now the moral, what the character goes through, and then the theme isn't really shown always, but it supports the story and the plot of a film or a play. Okay, so I do understand that this is a little bit of a short video and a very abrupt video, if you want to say it like that, but this is something to understand that you must actually practice. And like I say, when we're in class and we are all together, we're going to have a lot of discussions around this topic. We can have 10 classes around just culture and cultural practices used as a theme for a story. So I want you to look at the following pictures. Write down what you think is the theme of the story. So there's no right and wrong here. You must get creative in looking at the pictures that I'm going to show you and identify the theme. Okay? This should say which one of your cultural practices align with the story. So think about the cultural practices that you follow on a daily basis or on a monthly or a weekly basis, and which correlates with this theme that the story is trying to convey. So the theme, what cultural practices you practice that align with it. And then how would you creatively create a storyline around this theme and cultural practice? So how would you take the theme that the story wants to convey and your cultural practice to make up a play? Okay, so this is your first little picture. Okay, so remember, what theme do you think this story, there's no right and wrong, this is a creative thing. What theme do you think this picture represents? This poster, this performance. Okay guys, so once again I want you to write the date, write cultural practices as a heading, and then say picture 1. So on this side, I've indicated this is picture 1. So you write, first ask the first question, what theme is it trying to convey? Second question, which one of your cultural practices that you follow can be seen in this picture? And then what storyline would you use to incorporate the theme that's trying to be conveyed, as well as your cultural practice? Okay, and another picture, so be creative. What cultural practice do you see here? What theme? And how would you perform it? Okay, you can pause the video if you are still thinking, so just pause it. And then number 3, so what theme is this? What cultural practices do you have that influences this action? And then how will you perform the theme in your own cultural setting? Okay, this little picture. So what's the theme? What's your cultural practices in it? And how would you portray it? Okay, I think this is the last one. So what theme, cultural practice, and performance. Okay, guys, so please write that down. We will be discussing it in class. I will be checking that you have done it. Please, please, please complete the activity. Stay positive, and I'll talk to you in the week. Cool, guys. Have a nice day.